Mother Nature has some downright spooky weather in store for us this Halloween season. Let's dig into the scariest weather scenes voted by you. During cold nights, we can get sights like these. They are called moon halos. In a full moon, we can get the perfect lighting angle that reflects off of millions of tiny ice crystals in the upper atmosphere, and that creates spooky sights at night like this, calling all werewolves. These spooky scenes are common anywhere across Canada. The low-lying, thick clouds of water droplets near the surface, known as fog. It comes in many types, but the spookiest has to be the one that occurs at night, radiation fog, when we have a clear sky that allows all of that daytime heating to leave the surface. That makes the surface temperature relatively cooler, allowing for water droplets to condense near the surface. And fog can be very thick at times, lowering our visibility to near zero, and that calls for careful driving in these situations. We all know Mother Nature can look spooky, but she can also sound spooky. It's not uncommon for our wind speeds to ramp up in the fall season as warm and cold air masses battle. When we get these gusty winds that veer around trees and buildings, creates an audible noise that sounds downright eerie. Have a listen at these spooky winds. More common sights across Canada are these shelf clouds. They are along the leading edge of severe thunderstorms. They're caused by strong up and down drafts. They are often followed by hail, heavy downpours, and possibly tornadoes.
Wherever you are, get a precise weather forecast by activating your location in the Weather Network app.
Well, what is your Halloween forecast going to be? Let's take a look at some of the warmest and coldest daytime highs we've experienced across the country on October 31st. But 2024, that's going to be a big question mark. But let's break it down together. Across eastern Canada, high pressure in place will bring nice and warm temperatures for southern Ontario, stretching into the Maritimes. But the question is going to be this Colorado low, bringing rainfall across northwestern Ontario. If it sinks further towards the east, it may mean a rainy day across regions of southern Ontario as well. But Quebec, you're staying clear. But across the west, cooler temperatures are meant to dominate, and this is going to be your temperatures.
Monopoly Double Play is back at McDonald's, and it's easy to get into the win. First, you peel on pack, then peel an app. There are millions of prizes to be won, so get into the win with Monopoly Double Play.
Wow! Welcome back.
It's a nice idea. Always putting together perfectly packed lunches. Going to every practice, giving every ride, entertaining every weekend, and being the one that has everyone asking, how do you do it? But is it the right idea if we're all running on empty? The truth is, no one can be number one without taking care of number one first. Feed what nourishes you. Dempster's.
PB&J filled deliciousness. Oh, isn't it something? Our very old billboard.
Yeah, our billboard.
Wait, what?
It's your billboard?
What do you mean?
It just talks about how tasty you are. Where's the crust, brother? There is no crust.
What? You're right there. Oh, there you are. See?
Our billboard.
Sorry, crust. Try Uncrustables, the best part of the sandwich. Find it in the freezer aisle.
Looking to sugar down and protein up? Enjoy tasty Too Good yogurt with 80% less sugar than the leading flavored yogurt and high in protein. It's the afternoon snack that's got your back. Less sugar, high protein. Too Good.
2024 marks 25 years of PetSmart charities and nearly 400,000 pets adopted. In partnership with Hills Pet Nutrition, celebrate National Adoption Week by finding your new friend at your local PetSmart. PetSmart, anything for pets.
You're watching Canada's Weather Network. To help you plan your activities in the coming days, here are the short and long-term forecasts for your area. To upload your photos and videos, visit upload.theweathernetwork.com.
This local forecast has been brought to you by Mitsubishi Motors Canada. It's time to change your mind about the Mitsubishi Outlander PHEV.
We begin this force of nature extended in the Philippines. This is the scene just after Tropical Storm Christine made landfall. This video showing a tree nearly falling on a woman walking on a road in the Philippines. During the typhoon, the tree missed her by inches. Absolutely scary footage there, and luckily the person seemed to be okay. But you know what was not okay? The dozens that are still missing. Plenty of rescue missions were ongoing. There are still over 40 people as of now that have been reported to have lost their lives after this tragic event. Meanwhile, this is the scene in India. Police worked to clear roads in Odisha, India after tropical cyclone Dana made landfall in the northeast overnight on October 24th. The tropical cyclone did weaken into a cyclone storm on Friday morning, and it was expected to gradually start depreciating as time went on, but they definitely do have a lot of cleanup there. Meanwhile, this was the scene in the Sahara Desert. Dramatic drone footage showing Morocco's flooded palm trees and sand dunes across the desert. This was on Thursday after a rare rainfall hit the region, and you can see plenty of rain fell, 200 millimeters, in fact, in just 48 hours. Moving closer to home now in Barrie, we did see some hail falling over Barrie. And you know what? We do have some unsettled conditions for you through portions of southern Ontario. We'll talk about that right now.
It's one of those things that doesn't happen every week, but it happens every year. With snow already in parts of Canada, it shouldn't come as a surprise that many drivers are often caught off guard the first time it occurs in the season. It usually takes 1 or 2 snow events to get Canadians adjusted to winter driving again, especially as some residents, depending on where they live in the country, can go 6 months without driving in winter precipitation.
As much as it happens every year, it's getting prepared to do it and taking the precautions in every aspect of our life to sort of prepare for that. It's always best to make those changes proactively.
The timing of the first snowfall can occur when drivers don't have their winter tires on yet, adding to the element of surprise. When temperatures hit 7 degrees consistently, this is when people should make the switch.
It's pretty rare that there's any kind of accumulation of snow prior to that moment in time. When we get to that 7 degrees Celsius, it is a perfect time to make arrangements and get those tires fitted right away.
Other safety tips to consider in preparation include inspecting the tread of the tires and checking air pressure. It's also important to top up washer fluid, ensure your wiper blades are in good shape, and examine the overall general maintenance of the vehicle.
If you're heading out in the winter, there's a few more risks involved. Give yourself a little bit of extra time to get to your destination, just because there's a lot more variables that we're faced with in winter than we would be typically in the summer.
Finally, it's always important to drive according to the weather conditions and plan ahead, which means checking your TWN app for the latest forecast in your area.
Allergies at bay. For your local pollen, air quality, and mold, check out our Allergy Outlook before you step outside.
A frightening moment was captured on camera on October 24th as Typhoon Trami hit the Philippines. A tree enduring the strong winds and heavy rain brought by the typhoon collapsed onto the road.
Nothing beats seeing your hard work on TV. When you send in your photos and videos to the Weather Network,
you help tell Canada's weather story. Send in your photos and videos all season long
for a chance to see them on TV. Upload online, connect through social media.
If you have a medical emergency outside Canada, your provincial health insurance plan will only pay a small fraction of the costs. And with the rising cost of healthcare abroad, choosing a dependable travel medical insurance program is more important than ever. Medipac insures most stable pre-existing medical conditions at any age. Medipac is the only travel insurance program recommended exclusively by the Canadian Snowbird Association and the Royal Canadian Legion. And you can depend on the professionals at Medipac Assist to guide you through any foreign medical system and get you back to Canada. That's why Canada's most experienced travelers trust Medipac. Call now for your free Medipac travel insurance guide and learn about our claim-free and loyalty discounts. Protect your family with a travel insurance program you can depend on. Choosing the right travel insurance is simple. Call 1-877-633-4722 or go to medipac.com. That's 1-877-MEDIPAC. Call now.
Every year, hundreds of thousands of Canadians head south to live abroad during winter. These travelers call themselves snowbirds. Several laws and regulations continue to threaten this retirement dream for Canadians. The Canadian Snowbird Association is a national not-for-profit advocacy group owned and operated by over 100,000 members. The CSA's mandate is to protect and defend the rights and privileges of Canadian travelers by lobbying for fair access to government services. Membership is only $25 a year. As a member, you will receive a subscription to CSA News Magazine, a Snowbird information kit, low-cost currency exchange rates, and much more. Call now and get a free copy of the CSA's Traveler's Report Card and learn how your government is helping or hindering your freedom to travel. Preserve your rights as a Canadian when you travel abroad. Join the CSA today. Call now.
You're watching Canada's Weather Network. To help you plan your activities in the coming days, here are the short and long-term forecasts for your area. To upload your photos and videos, visit upload.theweathernetwork.com.
When severe weather strikes, get critical information through Storm Center on our app, website, and TV channel. Stay ahead of active weather. For our blind and low vision viewers, the Weather Network offers regional audio description weather reports during our local forecast on the 10s.
All right, Canada, it's time to take a look at your national forecast. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. I'm meteorologist Rhythm Marie, and what we're going to be starting out is across Western Canada. Heavy troughing across areas of BC, Alberta, bringing an active storm track, and also an Alberta clipper forming as we're going through this afternoon. Now, on the back end of this, we will be seeing some light showers heading through for the northern regions of the province through Sunday evening into the overnight. But also, because of this is a very rapidly intensifying low pressure system. So this is going to cause gusty conditions towards the southern regions of Alberta, gusts as high as 80 to even 90 kilometers an hour. And with this low pressure system, since it's intensifying quite quickly, if you are someone that is more susceptible to migraines, you may experience that on your day on Sunday. But because of the downsloping winds across southern Alberta, those temperatures are looking very nice and almost like early fall. 20-degree high down towards areas of Medicine Hat, but remember, still gusty conditions. And for areas across the prairie, so Saskatchewan, Manitoba, you are going to be finally warming up for you in Winnipeg, getting into those double digits and bringing those sunny skies back because of the ridge pushing on in. Now, As we take a look over into BC, however, it's a low pressure system that moved in through the morning, still bringing some on and off showers for the lower mainland. Coastal mountains, anywhere that's around that 1400 meter mark and above, you will be looking at snowfall. And similarly across areas of the interior and Kootenay region, a rain snow mix. The higher up you go, that's where you will be looking at more of that snowfall. In terms of the rainfall, however, 20 to 40 millimeters expected in and across regions of the Okanagan, in through Revelstoke, and the higher mountains, the coastal mountains rather, can be looking at upwards of 50 to 75 millimeters for your day through Sunday into Monday, but it will start to clear out heading into Monday. Now, very interesting little setup for Ontario. You have a stationary boundary that's right across eastern and northeastern Ontario. So looking at those rain for your day to day into the evening, overnight, you can be looking at that accumulation turning into some rain snow flurries as well, or rather a rain snow mix with flurries incorporated, and that's going to continue to stretch right along this band. So Tuesday morning, Bancroft, you can be looking at some snowfall. However, when we take a look into areas across Atlantic Canada, well, we do have a little bit of a snowy mix as well. And that cold front departing on the back end of it, we have some sea effect showers impacting the western portions of Newfoundland, but also into areas of Cape Breton Island. But on the back end of this, when we are taking a look right into areas of New Brunswick, heading into your evening, you can be looking at a rain-snow mix with a little bit of that transition into snow in the later half of the evening across some of those higher elevations for New Brunswick, but also dipping down to areas like Fredericton. Don't be surprised. And as we head into our day tomorrow in through Monday, another round of a rain snow mix for the western portions of Cape Breton Island as well as the western portions of Newfoundland. Not very heavy snowfall by any means, but you can see accumulations upwards of 10 centimeters.
A frightening moment was captured on camera on October 24th as Typhoon Trami hit the Philippines. A tree enduring the strong winds and heavy rain brought by the typhoon collapsed onto the road, missing a pedestrian by mere inches. The storm, also known as Tropical Storm Christine, affected the country for days, leaving dozens dead or missing following strong winds and landslides. Tens of thousands have also been displaced as storm surge caused severe flooding that police called unexpectedly high and prompted risky rescues in deep, fast-flowing water. As Trami was winding down in the Philippines, officials raced to rescue all those impacted before another major storm named Leon Arkong Ray hit the country on the weekend.
Did you change your cell phone? Make sure to download the Weather Network app. Get everything you need to better plan your day or weekend.
Heart is pounding. This is very hard to do.
We both know it's not an easy task.
The Great Canadian Baking Show. Watch free on CBC Gem.
To provide feedback on our regional audio description weather reports or to report any barriers to enjoying our services, email us at accessibility@pelmorex.com.
Here's to sharing a little joy. Little makes a big difference with Dr. Edgar.
Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening. To sing a love song, we stroll along. Oh, ladies, winter wonderland.
Hi, I'm Patty Lovett-Reed. Funding retirement today has become a challenge. I'm here to share an option with you that more financial advisors are recommending. It's the CHIP reverse mortgage. It's been around for nearly 40 years, and the idea is powerful in its simplicity and security. Turn a portion of your home's value into tax-free cash and then remain in it as it continues to appreciate.
If you're 55 or older, call now for your free no-obligation CHIP reverse mortgage guide. With CHIP, you could get up to 55% of your home's value in tax-free cash. Take only what you need in a lump sum or over time, with no monthly mortgage payments required. Call 1-866-596-2447
Maybe it's time for you to consider CHIP too.
Call now for your free no-obligation guide. Call 1-866-596-2447. That's 1-866-596-CHIP. Or visit chip.ca. Call CHIP today and live retirement your way.
Italians don't look for beauty. They chase it. They don't do things with commitment. They do them with passion. New Alfa Romeo Tonale, Tributo Italiano. Emotions the Italian way.
You're watching Canada's Weather Network. To help you plan your activities in the coming days, here are the short and long-term forecasts for your area. To upload your photos and videos, visit upload.theweathernetwork.com.
Get on-demand videos and local weather on any smart TV or streaming device. Learn more.
El Niño and La Niña can both have global impacts on weather, wildfires, ecosystems, and even economies. El Niño happens when sea surface temperatures are warmer off the west coast of South America, as you can see here. It can bring warmer weather to many, and that includes the Arctic. And in the past year, we've been in El Niño, we've seen this happen. So it makes sense that we have seen a decrease in our concentration of sea ice and an increase in both air temperature and sea surface temperatures. But now El Niño is actually over. So what does this mean as we get into our winter season when, if we're transitioning to a La Niña pattern, maybe an opportunity to rebound? As the northern hemisphere cools with the arrival of winter and the Arctic begins to freeze again, the ice surface increases at that time of year. However, this year, well, that recovery might be laborious. The air temperature is warming, which of course is warming our oceans, and then in turn we're losing sea ice as a result of that. And if you take a look at the surface air temperature pattern over the last many years, you can see that 2024 is actually in the second position to 2023. So it's second, but just by a little. So the same thing applies when we look at the world sea surface temperatures. 2024 is in the second position as far as the warmest on record, second to only 2023. When it comes to ocean temperatures in 2023, it broke records with surface water at its warmest ever. Now, the situation lasted until July 2024, and since then, a slight decline has been observed, although overall the oceans remain abnormally warm. The other factor we need to acknowledge is that La Nina is something that we'll be transitioning to, and it could be short-lived. It might be of low intensity, so the global trend is one to watch over the coming months.
Mother Nature has some downright spooky weather in store for us this Halloween season. Let's dig into the scariest weather scenes voted by you. During cold nights, we can get sights like these. They are called moon halos. In a full moon, we can get the perfect lighting angle that reflects off of millions of tiny ice crystals in the upper atmosphere, and that creates spooky sights at night like this, calling all werewolves. These spooky scenes are common anywhere across Canada. The low-lying, thick clouds of water droplets near the surface, known as fog. It comes in many types, but the spookiest has to be the one that occurs at night, radiation fog, when we have a clear sky that allows all of that daytime heating to leave the surface. That makes the surface temperature relatively cooler, allowing for water droplets to condense near the surface. And fog can be very thick at times, lowering our visibility to near zero, and that calls for careful driving in these situations. We all know Mother Nature can look spooky, but she can also sound spooky. It's not uncommon for our wind speeds to ramp up in the fall season as warm and cold air masses battle. When we get these gusty winds that veer around trees and buildings, creates an audible noise that sounds downright eerie. Have a listen at these spooky winds. More common sights across Canada are these shelf clouds. They are along the leading edge of severe thunderstorms. They're caused by strong up and down drafts. They are often followed by hail, heavy downpours, and possibly tornadoes.
Before you step out, check the Weather Network app, website, or TV channel for UV index.
Well, what is your Halloween forecast going to be? Let's take a look at some of the warmest and coldest daytime highs we've experienced across the country on October 31st. But 2024, that's going to be a big question mark. But let's break it down together. Across eastern Canada, high pressure in place will bring nice and warm temperatures for southern Ontario, stretching into the Maritimes. But the question is going to be this Colorado low, bringing rainfall across northwestern Ontario. If it sinks further towards the east, it may mean a rainy day across regions of southern Ontario as well. But Quebec, you're staying clear. But across the west, cooler temperatures are meant to dominate, and this is going to be your temperatures.
Get into the win because Monopoly Double Play